What's going on, you guys? Welcome back to the Neighborhood Podcast. I'm one of the hosts of the podcast. My name is Kyle Dabro, and for today's segment, we are going to go over the recent slide that the Yankees have been on. They're coming off of a series sweep to the St. Louis Cardinals the past couple days. Really, the last month or so, the Yankees have not been playing particularly well, despite the fact that they had one of the best starts that we've seen in recent history within the MLB. But they have kind of come back down to earth in recent weeks. So, Kevin, to kick this one to you, on a scale of 1 to 10, how concerned are you with the Yankees at this current moment in time?
Well, we have to remember that it's August. We have to remember that this team, like Kyle alluded to, has pretty much had one of the more dominant starts to MLB in the MLB over the last couple of seasons. And then you kind of just look at it and look at the teams we've played over the last couple of weeks. Outside of just the Kansas City Royals, we played a good Mets team. We played a good Orioles team. After the Royals series, even in that Royals series, they even took one away from us. We played the Mariners, who are a competitive team, and then, of course, a division-leading St. Louis Cardinals. So we're not playing scrubs by any means. But between our injury history, us actually like coming down to earth, like Kyle also said, it was expected. Realistically, I'm looking at it, and out of 10, I'd probably say about a 3 or a 4, just because we are at the beginning of August. Now, in about 2 weeks, if we're sitting here still struggling to get to 500 within our last couple of weeks, or should I say our last couple of games, I would say that, that's a lot more cause for panic because we're getting closer to September. But the fact that it's the beginning of the month, the fact that we still have a long way to go before the postseason begins, I would say, again, a 3 or 4. Hopefully, once we get Stanton back and a couple of our other prospects that we had traded for at the deadline, we'll kind of see an improvement. I'm not exactly happy with the rotation of pitchers that we've had to throw out there because we did trade away Montgomery. I don't like Herman starting. Montez kind of got in a little bit of a groove against St. Louis and then kind of got rocked a little bit towards the middle half of that game against the Cardinals. But outside of Cole, there hasn't really been much consistency because Tejon hasn't really been able to get into a rhythm. I mean, Nestor Cortez is kind of up and down as well. This is not the same team that was dominating in the first half of the year. But again, when you have a dominating first half like we did, it's to be expected. We did not have a slump. We did not have a downhill. We maybe lost 2 in a row, 3 in a row at most, but we're on a 5-game skid right now. In our last 10 games, we're 4-6. And we have a tough schedule coming up once again. We have another 3-game series currently going on with the Mariners. Then we travel to Boston. Then we got to play the Rays and then the Blue Jays and then the Mets again. I mean, we really do not have a break whatsoever in terms of playing a below average team until the end of the month, which is going to be the Athletics and then the Angels. So I'm looking at this saying outside of this Mariner series, it's all division games, which is going to be immensely pivotal for the division lead to continue to be at what it is. As of right now, it's 9.5 games with Toronto being behind us at 50 wins or 60 wins, should I say. If this starts to dwindle below 5, I say the Yankees are in trouble. And there's no excuse as to why this team, the way that it is currently assembled with the moves that we made at the deadline, that we cannot, at a bare minimum, win this division. If we actually fall, I will say that there's a massive problem within this organization because there's just no reason that we should, with the names that we have currently assembled on this roster. But outside of that, I would definitely say right now, let's cool it. Let's pump the brakes. It's early in August. If this is the same issue at the end of the month, we're going to have a separate conversation.